There comes a day in every person's life when everything breaks at once. For you, that day arrived quietly, without warning, without mercy. One morning, you woke up believing life would continue as usual. But by nightfall, you had lost the things you thought defined you. Your job, your confidence, your sense of direction, and even the people you believed would stay forever. It felt as if the world suddenly pulled the ground from beneath your feet. You sat alone in your small room that night, staring at the dim ceiling light flickering above you. A strange silence filled the air, the kind of silence that grows heavy on your chest. Your hands were trembling, your heart beating fast, not from fear, but from the realization that you no longer knew who you were without the things you had lost. For days, you walked through life like a shadow of yourself. You avoided calls, avoided mirrors, avoided anything that reminded you of who you used to be. Every breath felt like lifting a mountain. Every morning felt like a battle you were too tired to fight. You wondered if this was your new reality, an endless tunnel with no hint of light. But life, even in its coldest moments, has a quiet way of guiding you. One evening, when the sun was melting into the horizon, you went for a walk just to escape your thoughts. The world felt unusually calm. The sky glowed orange, the air carried a gentle chill, and the distant sound of leaves rustling made you slow your steps. At the edge of a small park, you noticed an old man sitting on a bench. He had a notebook on his lap and a peaceful expression on his face, as if he carried no weight at all. Something about him felt safe, familiar. Without knowing why, you sat beside him. He turned to you with a soft smile. "You look like someone carrying a storm," he said calmly. His voice was warm, steady like a lighthouse in a dark sea. You didn't respond at first, but he continued. "Sometimes, life breaks us, so it can show us who we are without the things we cling to." His words hit you harder than you expected. It felt as if he could see the chaos inside you, the pain you tried to hide. You finally whispered, "I lost everything." The old man nodded gently, as if he already knew. "Good," he said. "Now you can find what actually belongs to you." He opened his notebook and pointed to a simple drawing, a clay pot shattered into pieces. Beneath it, a single sentence: "The strongest vessels are rebuilt." You looked at him, confused. He smiled. "There is a technique called kintsugi, broken pottery repaired with gold. The cracks aren't hidden, they are honored. That is what makes the pot more beautiful." You lowered your gaze to the drawing again. Something about those golden cracks stirred something deep in your chest, a hope you had forgotten. He continued, "When life shatters you, it's not the end. It's the invitation to rebuild with wisdom, clarity, and strength that you never had before." The old man stood up slowly and tapped your shoulder. "Losing everything is not your punishment. It's your cleansing." Then he walked away, leaving the notebook on the bench. You picked it up, hesitating for a moment, but something inside you whispered that it was meant for you. That night, for the first time in months, you slept deeply. No racing thoughts, no panic, only quiet, as though something in your soul had exhaled. The following days did not magically fix your life, but something had undeniably changed. You stopped running from the silence and began listening to it. You began writing in the old man's notebook, filling page after page with your fears, dreams, and questions. It felt like uncovering parts of yourself you had ignored for years. You realized that losing your job forced you to confront a truth. You never loved it. Losing certain people taught you that some relationships were built on convenience, not care. Losing your sense of identity made you understand how fragile it truly was, because it depended on labels that could disappear in a single day. Slowly, you began rebuilding. Not the life you had before, but the life you actually wanted. You studied again, learned new skills, faced the habits that held you back. You treated your mind with more kindness and your time with more respect. You stopped trying to be who you were and began becoming who you needed to be. There were difficult days, of course. Days when your hands shook with doubt. Days when you felt stuck between who you were and who you were becoming. But every time you open the notebook, every time you read the words, "The strongest vessels are rebuilt," you felt a fire return to your chest. Months passed, and one morning, standing in front of the mirror, you saw someone new. Not someone perfect, not someone untouched by pain, but someone grounded, someone wiser, someone who had walked through darkness and learned how to hold their own light. You didn't just recover, you transformed. The pieces of your past self were still there, but they were connected by gold, the gold of discipline, clarity, patience, and inner strength. You finally understood what the old man meant. Losing everything was not your end. It was your beginning. So if today you feel broken, lost, or empty, remember this story. Sometimes the moment your life collapses is the moment your true life begins. Sometimes the day you lose everything is the day you finally find yourself. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of healing, wisdom, and inner transformation. You are stronger than you think, and your rebuilding has already begun.